What's going on, guys? Welcome back to WWE Network and Show, where I, Graham Jesus Matthews, break down all the original content and watch on the WWE Network and on Peacock. And today we're talking the December 18th, 2021 edition of Talking Smack. Obviously going up a lot later than I usually put it up after, airing on Saturday, but it's been a busy weekend, Spider-Man weekend, obviously, adding to the excitement, but let's get right into it. So Jackie Redmond, Matt Camp from the studio discussing the firing of Paul Heyman into the hands of Roman Reigns at the end of SmackDown on Friday night. And Matt Camp says Roman Reigns must be confident going into day one where he's going to defend the Universal Championship against Brock Lesnar. If Roman's getting rid of his right-hand man, his kind of top advocate, his special counsel before the pay-per-view, Roman's got to be confident that regardless of who he has in his corner at that event, he's going to be walking out still the Universal Champion. And they also question where this leaves Paul Heyman. That's the number one question right now. They then recap the Cesaro versus Ridge Holland match before throwing it backstage to Ridge Holland and Sheamus, where Sheamus mentions how he didn't want Holland to have the unfair advantage in that match, which is why he kind of got involved, so kind of explaining it away there. He says Holland is on a different level right now, and he himself is going to win next week's 12 Days of Christmas, whatever it is, gauntlet match to fulfill his goal of becoming the Intercontinental Champion, first becoming the number one contender, and then going on to win the Intercontinental Championship. Matt Camp says that he really wants to win. That's been a goal for Sheamus for a very long time now. He wants to become an Ultimate Grand Slam Champion winner, or whatever it is. So his money's on Sheamus for next week. Redmond's wish in that match is to see Cesaro do the swing 12 times. That's what she wants to see in that match, I guess. They then recap the New Day versus Usos match that saw the Usos lose to the number one contenders before the match at the pay-per-view, which made absolutely no sense. We hear from Booker T. He was the special analyst on this episode. We had Booker T, I think, on Raw Talk a couple of weeks ago, but he was back here for Talking Smack this week. And he says he won't pretend to like the New Day, so I guess he's not a New Day fan if you didn't already know that, based on his criticism of, his criticisms of the Big E character. Not exactly a secret there, but he does say the New Day have the Usos number right now, but they got to focus if they want to become the SmackDown Tag Team Champions at the pay-per-view. They also recap Toni Storm pinning Charlotte Flair in tag team action, with Matt Camp calling it the biggest win of Toni Storm's young career on the WWE main roster. Talking with Toni backstage, I think it was Kayla Braxton, whoever, I don't remember. But Toni had told her that, or maybe it was Kevin Patrick. Kevin Patrick was one of the backstage interviewers on the show for some reason. She had mentioned that she can't explain how much this win means to her. And she wants to prove her whole goal this whole time has been to prove that she belongs among the best on the blue brand. And she likes the sound of Toni Storm, SmackDown Women's Champion. Booker T calls her a future star. Matt Camp says that she is ready for this opportunity. And he also recalls Big E on last year's Christmas edition of SmackDown, which was amazing, becoming the Intercontinental Champion. So miracles can happen on Christmas. Lightning could strike twice 2 years in a row, this time being with Toni Storm. I don't think it will, but I guess you never know. And Booker T says you can't bet against Charlotte. She's a top-tier star. And Matt Camp kind of echoes that. While Toni has a good chance, his money's on Charlotte, as is Matt Camp's, in saying that Charlotte will find a way to rebound from the loss on this show. They also promote Charlotte and Flair for next week, obviously, for the SmackDown Women's Championship, before ending the show by recapping the McIntyre, Corbin, and Moss segment and replaying that in its entirety, which was fucking terrible. And what I completely missed from SmackDown, which I didn't talk about in my review because I didn't know what happened, that McIntyre actually was challenged to a match at day one by Happy Corbin, for a match with Madcap Moss. So I guess we're getting McIntyre and Madcap Moss at day one. And McIntyre confirmed that here, accepting the challenge, and says he has big plans for 2022. So, who could possibly give a fuck? I don't know. I guess that means we're getting McIntyre and Corbin at the Royal Rumble, which is just absolutely awful. Like, honestly, who gives a fuck? It's a match we've seen a million times. Who cares? And I like McIntyre too, but seriously, who gives a shit? Matt Camp calls it, obviously, Moss's biggest match to date, and Redmond says he better be ready. McIntyre will absolutely be ready for one. So that does it for the December 18th, 2021 edition of Talking Smack. Decent stuff here, nothing too great. I like the Tony Storm interview. The McIntyre one was like 30 seconds long. The Sheamus and Holland one was decent. Again, not too long, but it was solid. So a middle-of-the-road edition, per usual, of Talking Smack for this week. Thank you guys for checking out this review. I appreciate it. Be sure to like the video, drop a comment, share the video, and subscribe to the channel for more daily content. And be sure to stick around for more content, like I said, every single day, right here on the channel, leading up to Christmas and beyond, obviously. Have a great one, guys. Enjoy the rest of the week. I'm Graham G. Matthews, and I'll catch your ass down the road.